We're recording. You okay?
So my car was found.
Yay.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
Yeah. Did I show you that picture? Yeah. You know what? Post that picture in our little thing. Put it. Why? So I get a call from the detective that was over my case, and they're like, "Hey, we found your car," and I was like, "Oh, you found my car? That's great!" Like, yeah, we found your car. They parked it near a funeral home. It's like, okay. They couldn't see who got in who got in and who got out of the car because it was raining. So, all right, you're really not doing your guys's greatness there. Hey, whatever. Uh, he's like, go to the impound, the police impound. Let us know if there's any electronics, because that's the only way we're ever gonna track these people down. In other words, you're SOL. We're never gonna press charges on whoever steals your car. I was like, all right, it's been gone for a month, whatever. So get over there. Of course, I call my insurance and they're like, hey, just let us know the state of the car. I was like, all right, yeah, sure. So we go over there. The husband and I go over there, and we get 3 minutes. The lady tells us you have 3 minutes to look at the car. I was like, all right. Through what? That's weird, but okay.
It's your car.
All right. So the husband and I were like, we hop out of our like his little car, and we're like, we're looking around. The tires that are on my car are not the tires that were there when it got stolen. The back bumper is like falling off. And then when I open up the driver's side, the first thing that catches my eyes is that picture. The chunk that is missing out of the driver's seat. I'm just like, why? like, tires, I get it. Like maybe they went street racing, or they went joyriding and
They
like
just sold the tires.
Popped tires, sold the tires, whatever. But like cutting a piece out of the driver's seat. I don't even. So you know why, audience? Like maybe that's like a tag or something. They're like, there's a seat missing. This means that this car is like $10 or something. I don't know. Let us know. But now I'm having to go through the whole process of like, now that it's not lost, because I was going through the whole your property's lost thing, and
Yeah.
with the insurance, now I have to now that it's not, I don't even get the money that would have got. It was like, oh man, there's gonna be some good money. So now I'm just like, okay, now I get this, and it smells so badly of cigarettes. So now I get this jacked up car back, not even the amount of money that I was gonna get for it, and it's gonna be a lot of repairs. It's just thanks 2020.
Swear to fucking God. Yeah, no, you showed me that picture and I was like, ew, because the first thing I saw was all the cigarette stuff on the bottom.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that smart car is going to smell.
Yeah, a little smart. Yeah, so it does. So bad. And the reason why I couldn't get it out of the impound, if in case anybody's really wondering why didn't you take it, it's not because I didn't want to. It's because the battery is dead. It doesn't even kick. There's no like or anything like that. It's the It was left in the ignition. The keys were left in the ignition. The car was left on, I guess, and it.
Keys? I thought you
Yeah,
had keys.
I have one pair of keys. Another pair of keys was left in the car, as it turns out. Don't. I don't want to hear it. I just
That's fine.
don't want to hear it.
You're not the only person who does it.
Um, I didn't know the spare keys were left in the car. So that was left. So now I have to figure out like how to afford a battery, and it's a mess. Anyways, roll intro. I'm Rebecca,
And I'm Deanna. And we're
the Halfwit Sisters.
I'm sorry to hear that. If you need any help, let me know.
Yeah, yeah. I was telling the roommates, I was like, it's like something good seems like it's coming my way, and then like just as it's like right there, it just gets yanked away, and I'm like, whatever. At this point, my fuck levels are so low. At this point, I'm just like, whatever. But on good news, since the last time that we recorded, the president elect and vice president elect has been
So we still only have a projected winner because of all the
right,
recounts that have to happen.
right. But pretty much everybody has called it.
Yeah.
So,
Like, this is when you gracefully bow out.
that's not how that works with a particular person.
Yeah. But okay.
Right. So that's why we did not update our video. Like I was like, maybe we should update our video, but we didn't. And they were like, it's still whatever. Lawsuits are still going out, and none of them have been won.
I think a couple have just been like flat out thrown out and it's like, no, there's no proof of this. Go away.
They're really just kind of like just tossing stuff at the wall and seeing what will stick, and nothing is. So, but yes, that so the projected winner has been called. There's already been speeches. A lot of people are. It's been pretty crazy. Meanwhile, Corona has been ticking up wildly.
Yep.
So, all right. So, last episode we talked about your poll work.
Yes. We talked about my poll work and we talked about what has been making you angry and your continuous defense of your sexuality.
Yeah, yeah.
I edited the video yesterday, I remember.
Yes, yes. Um, that was a thing. Uh, this week we are talking about something we haven't been talking about in the last couple of episodes, which is Belladonna.
Yes.
What else were we going to talk about?
Well, I was hoping this package would have come in by now. It has not, and it's hard to explain what's in the package. You have to see what's in the package. So, fingers crossed today.
Mm.
So next week I'll explain this package. If I can find it, because there's something I can talk about. real quick. The package says it was delivered, but it hasn't been. And this isn't the only time USPS has done this. And like, I get it. Shipping is, I understand that. That's not what I'm angry about. What I'm angry about is them constantly saying a package is delivered only to deliver the package the next day or the day after.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got notification that it was delivered. I was like, yes, go down. Not. I had sold something on eBay and I start getting messages from the buyer and she's like, where's my package? It says it was delivered, but it was not. And I was like, well, let me go figure out what's happening with this. A day later, she's like, I still haven't received it. Respond to me or just refund me. I'm like, give me a minute to figure it out. Finally, she's like, never mind, it's here. It's like, just don't tell it's delivered. Like, if you have to deliver it the next day, don't put it as delivered.
Hmm.
So, when the post office, I guess the post office is open. When we're done here, I'll call the post office and be like, hey, just checking on this package. It says it was delivered, but it hasn't been. Is it being delivered today? I hope it is.
In or out, Cotton? Yeah, he's walking in or out, and then this last time he walked in, he stopped, burped, stopped again, then wandered through. I'm done with these cats. I say that every time. I'm just done with these cats. You know. No, don't come over here.
Where's the do not disturb button on the cats?
I know. Jigsaw's staying on the bed at least. Okay. It's a constant battle with these two. Okay. Well, hopefully it gets resolved soon.
Fingers crossed.
So, alright. So what did you want to talk about with Project Evil, Belladonna?
So at this point, we've written and edited and approved all of the TikTok scripts for the first era.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 21 scripts, and I have gone through and I've storyboarded all of them. I storyboarded the last like 5 on Monday. Yeah. And then yesterday I went through, and it's not on the Google Docs yet because I was doing it on paper with the stuff because I need a print. I have ink coming in the mail today for my printer so I can print off all those pages so that I can start writing. Because what I need to do now is basically, and this comes from my experience with theater, is have the script on one side and notes that I need on the other side for the scripts. Because unlike with any other series that I've done, I want this one to be really good. And I want to make sure that I have every step that I need written out. So today, that's what I get to go through and do is like put the script on one side and have like just like a note sheet on the other side of, okay, here are all the props, which I do have a list of all the props that we need. Here's the stuff that I need to make the scenery, because most of it will be green screen and stuff, but I also need to know which pictures to pull for the green screen and stuff like that. What kind of sounds we'll need, background sounds like the murmurs of an office and the clicking of clacking of keyboards and all that stuff. So I'm really excited about this because now we're getting into the point where, yes, I'm still in pre-production, but it's the production side that I know how to do on just like the prep for filming and acting.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I had stuff to show, but I was gonna go to the store and pick up ink, but the stores didn't have the ink for my printer. So I had to order it off Amazon, and it was like I had to scroll through 3 pages before I finally found the ink for my printer. So that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we're coming up to the point where either next week or the week after, I'll really start getting all my equipment together and start filming. So to that point where it's finally going into production, our first era of Project Evil. Which means on our Instagram, we'll be able to start putting up some of those pictures of Henchman Belladonna.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll start being able to promote that a little bit more. So we're getting closer and closer to production, which is exciting because we have been working on this for months now.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I don't have the hospital job, I can focus more on it. So
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone who's been, but what about this? Well, it's coming now. We're coming into production very soon.
Yeah. The other side of that, going to the posting of those pictures, I'll probably end up creating a template to use to put the pictures on for Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And during that, I'll have to source hashtags for us. All the nitty gritty things that go with social media. That's what I'll be having to do. So that's gonna be fun. And I've been doing, huh?
As soon as you get the list of hashtags that we'll always use on them, it'll be easy because you'll just be able to copy and paste. But
yeah, but the creating. Have you gotten all the pictures together that you wanted to get out on the social media?
all that's left of taking is like behind the scenes photos, which can only happen once we have the scenes up and ready.
Mm-hmm. See,
but all the edited
ones...
photos are in that file folder.
Okay, so all those are done. Then all I'm doing is just taking those, getting them into a nice little template that makes sense that we can put out. And I'll probably run a couple of different template types past you so that you can see where my head's at and how we can start putting those up. And probably be pulling out like quotes from some of the scripts to kind of frame around some of those posts. So that'll be things that it's the nitty gritty side of the social media part that I'll be working on that I just haven't talked about because again, I feel like I talk about the marketing side too much because it's a big part of it, but like,
well, it's like it's an equally as big part as the production because I can produce something and have it out there and anything, but if I don't market it, it doesn't go anywhere. Perfect examples are my holiday shorts and my ART3 series. It's like I have those out there. People can go watch them, but they don't know where to go for them. I didn't market them, so it's like Fat Lot of Good does as a good show if you don't market it.
Mm-hmm. And we're kind of, I know for at least the Halfwit Sisters, I kind of finally hit on like a formula for like building up our kind of started our marketing. Like I finally feel like I hit on a marketing formula for us that feels kind of right.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow any of our channels, you kind of see this.
It's Friday, and that means a new Halfwit episode is going up today.
And just post one of our little videos, like maybe 10 seconds of it, which is just, I now take our thumbnail that we put up, I take that and then I have like a little image of me pop up that goes, "Hey, it's Rebecca," right? I do a little voiceover and I give a summary of what it is. And I usually post that the day of. What I want to do is start posting that earlier in the week, so it's something that kind of goes, "Hey, don't forget this coming Friday, our episode is going to be talking about this," right? So it's earlier in the week. And that makes it so that it's easier to start drawing more attention, right? And then from there, different things we can start doing for marketing and for the Halfwit Sisters, right? I want to take what I've been doing with that, with some of Belladonna's stuff, right? So and figure some of that stuff out. So I finally feel like I'm hitting on some good formulas here and there for us. And I know it sounds terrible when you're saying formulas, but that's literally what it is. And I've been doing a lot of and I know you've been getting like messages from me of like marketing, like interesting marketing tips that I've been coming across on TikTok. I somehow have ended up on TikTok's side of marketing.
But that's cool because I saw some of those and I was like, oh, that's cool. That's something we should look into for half-wits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not just half-wits. I think of it also for the Belladonna side, or for any of our upcoming projects. So transitioning from, so yes, we have and that stuff, you know, I know you're gonna handwrite it, but I'd also love for you to kind of start, like, once you have that stuff done and recorded, I'd love for you to kind of transition the stuff that you've written down, either take pictures of it and put it up. You know.
And that's what I'll do. I'm just, the way I process the information easier is when I can see it literally right in front of me and not on a computer screen.
Right.
And I use the computer screens for reference rather than information.
Right. No, and I get that. I just, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I have full intentions of like having it all written out so I can understand and organize my thoughts, and then putting it up so that you don't have just like this word vomit on the screen.
Yeah, I get you. So that's happening, and then while you're getting that together, I've of course got to step up and get the marketing again together and make sure that's kind of solid. And then you know, while you're doing that, I have to get the games the game stuff together. So here's where my head's been at with the game stuff. The game is a little bit more complicated because I'm having to think of branches, right? And right now I'm trying to think of like where's a good starting point. We were like, well, we'll start off with trying to decide on what the hideout is. I'm thinking that's a bad start. Instead of thinking of that being like the starting point, I was going, well, you know, a lot of times small businesses just start in like somebody's basement or something like that. And so I was thinking for Belladonna, it would be cool if they just started in like they're computer science geniuses, so it would be cool if they started in like Belladonna's apartment or Skylar's apartment or something like that. And they have like all the means to do like VPN or whatever, you know, so they're not going to get caught right off the bat. So we just do that. Right. And then like what they're doing is deciding on who they're going to hit first. Right. And that's what our choices are, who they're going to hit first. And then if you go, okay, so these are our choices on who to hit first. And if the player says, I want to hit this first, then okay, then here's the things that we can get from that person. And they say, all right, I think this is the most interesting thing for us to go after. Okay, well, here's the problems with that, and here's who we're going to draw attention from, right? What should be the thing we should be focused on, like making sure we don't do? Those sorts of things, right? That I feel like is a better build-up than going, we should really decide on where we're going to get our... on what our first thing. I know it was
so
funny.
the reason we started there was because it was a much smaller project. It didn't have 3 eras that we were
Right,
going
right.
through. So it made sense let's get our hideout. Let's get
Right.
our weapons. So
Yeah, so but it was also kind of funny to have like the idea of being like 3 hideouts and like uh one of them being like an office building with a teleportation to like a moon base or something like that. Like like that would have been funny, but at the same time, like scaling it, I wanted to bring some realism to it as well. And having run a small business myself, like this is kind of brings in that realism. But here's also the fantastical parts of it where like we can't forget we're still kind of in a Hobbs and Shaw, James Bond framework here, and these are the steps that we can take to still keep that over the top sci-fi elements to it.
yeah.
So that's where my mind is going in terms of like developing that of the game arc. So now it comes down to like, okay, yes, Hollow needs to be like one of the ones that's a danger, but now we have to think of like who else could be a danger. If we're saying, you know, if it's I'm thinking if it's here in like the US, then it'd be like Hollow. To me, Hollow is like an American agent, so he would be, if we're going for like an American company that we'd go after, then Hollow would be like the agent we have to watch out for. But if we're
Yeah.
going for like a company that's like overseas, then it's a different person, that kind of stuff would be more like what I was building off of. So yes, I'm thinking, but it's a lot more, like you said, it's a lot more complicated now.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to keep it as simplified as possible so that, again, it's not going to be, uh, best way of saying it. We don't want it to be like a 5-hour campaign. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're looking at the game being something like maybe 30 minutes worth of playing, right? So 30 minutes, 40 at the most.
Through one of the branches.
Right, through one of the branches. And if that's the case, like it can't be absolutely crazy. But in that same regard, I'm also trying to think of like what we can do between you and me, and maybe your boyfriend who can help out, right? Between you and me, what we can do, what is logical for us to do, right? Because like when we're thinking of these things, it would be so fun to do stuff like a Iron Man, here's this 3D projected thing, but that's also not within our skill set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So thinking on how to like do this with the idea of what our skill set is also difficult, you know?
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
because we're not going to have a whole lot of actors to add into this. So maybe we'll just have stand-ins with like
So there's a couple of the storyboards that I have where I literally just like put an arm to block half of the screen. And I'm like, when I'm filming this, I am literally gonna film myself, but like only from here, like close to the camera, and then another one of myself on the other side with like a different jacket on.
Yeah.
And then put those as overlays.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like every time when I'm thinking of like you in the game session, right? Like I see you like standing over a board and like having to look up towards the player and like have some weird poorly drawn map, and you're like talking to the player like, all right, so this is what we're looking at here, right? We're gonna enter through the left and have to get right. Or we're gonna have to come up with like a voice for Skylar, because Skylar's talking to you, right? And Skylar's having to say some things on like what's happening. Or you responding as if Skylar has already told you what to expect, right? So if like you're looking down, right? Let's say the player has decided to go after the American business, right? So select the American business. So you're like, all right, so what I'm understanding you're saying is we got to be careful about the left entrance and focus more on this side, right? And so really having to get like in the head of like, how do we do this if we want to make sure that, one, the character doesn't feel like it's, because we wanted it to make, because of the way we designed Skylar for the TikTok.
Yeah.
The TikTok series, right?
I mean, we can continue that same format of Skylar and all the other characters aren't voices, they're text across the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And that way it's just text that scrolls across the screen, and then I reply to the text as if they had spoken.
Okay.
And so it's kind of just like, I could probably like screenshot myself in like Word and just like have it blown up of like each word. You know how that text type that like across the screen?
Yeah. 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 Brains in overdrive, that's all. Yeah. So those are the things that have been going across, like, for the game. The reason why the game has been taking a little bit longer is because, like, what is within our skill set, what can and cannot we not do. Then also, like, being realistic in the design process of of the narrative.
Yeah.
Right, the branches. And then also keeping in mind that this has also got to be marketable. This is, and I'm also doing that part of it. So that's all a lot for me to be doing. So yes, that's where I'm at on my end.
Yeah. And I mean, we can always have like with like that first meeting that we had recorded, we can always just like, you can flip your computer around, we can have a big whiteboard that we're like, and we're going through and doing the talk, but we'll speed it up and put music over it, and
Yeah. Yeah. I like I said, I just got to get the ideas of like each business together. That's going to take a little bit of time in like the branches. So once I have that together, then it's easier for me to start breaking it down for you to go through.
yeah.
We'll get there. We're going to get there.
But it's coming along. It's been a slower process than I think than I definitely am used to. But it's also a bigger project than I'm used to.
Well, and then we also had a lot of crap just going on.
Oh my God, so much.
Yeah. Like these last couple, like this, definitely this last October was not a good month for me. I can tell you that. Like October, I lost a lot in October, including my car. Like I lost a lot in October, a lot of ground in October. I'm not even gonna lie, I did not write a single thing in October. I was doing pretty good. Like I started getting back into my blog. I like before some of the shit went down in October, like I was starting to get into my blog. I was starting to get into a lot of things again. I was planning on starting some writing for my Pocket Change stories and another project that I was thinking of. And then some things happened. Some conversations happened. And like I hit another creative block and such. Like
Yeah.
And all that momentum that I had picked up just pittered out. So like October was not a good month for me. And I tried like pushing it off and getting back into the groove of things. And every time I thought like I was just about to like get back to where I was, like somebody said a comment or something that just like tipped me back into whatever headspace that I was in during that month. And it just was not great.
Yeah. Which is why the last few podcasts, like we haven't had any updates on Project Evil because there haven't been any.
Right.
It's been October was not a month that we really worked on it. I like tried to do some stuff. Like I think I got some of the storyboards out. But it wasn't anything that we were like super focused on last month. Just because it was a month.
Not great.
It was a month in 2020. In 2020.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You didn't hear it, but Destiny 2 has released their new update. And my roommates are out there playing it right now. So that's a thing. And they're just having a ball.
Yeah, I know Monday the servers went down, like scheduled to go down.
Yeah.
Which made me mad because they were supposed to go down at 8 and apparently they didn't. So I was waiting up till 9 to play Among Us with all of them. And they're like, oh no, it's still open for another hour. And I'm like, but I can't play in an hour. I gotta go to bed because I'm tired.
Yeah.
They always play on weekends, which is when I'm with Neil, and it's just like, but I want to play.
Yeah. They were like, do you want to play? I went, no. Okay. I don't know. I gotta admit, I don't think I really like the game Among Us.
I've been enjoying it. There's only one time where I played where I like really hated the lobby. And it's because I got into the lobby and all of a sudden everyone's wearing cheese heads. And I got imposter and I was like, well, I'm going to get voted out on the first one. There's no way they're going to keep me. Because I didn't wear a cheese head. And they did, but also I was the imposter, so it's like I killed one person and I did a bad vent. I was like, I was probably going to get caught anyway, but I was also like, y'all also going to vote me out anyway, and it was just like, instantly, like, they voted, and the guy who wasn't even in the same room as I was like, it's this person. I was like, I'm over in this room. And they're like, no, you vented. I was like, no, I didn't. You weren't even there.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Among Us is kind of the in-game right now. It's a mafia style like game where you have to
where crewmates have tasks that they must complete in order to win the game. And then there's 1 to 3 imposters, depending on the lobby you decide to go into. And their job is to sabotage the ship and kill as many crewmates as they can. Before the crewmates can finish all their tasks.
Hold on, dude. I need to take this. Hello?
This is an urgent message for the vehicle owner. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. You should have
Never mind. I don't need to take that.
I always get those calls, but I never answer them. I'm really tempted to answer them one time and see if I can talk to a person and just be like, so is this in regards to the BMW, the Lexus, or the Porsche? See how long I can keep them on the phone for.
So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I like watching others play it. I don't particularly like playing it myself.
Yeah. I want to be able to like play with a group where I actually have the voice chat and when we're able to talk because doing it through the chat is so hard. Um, but I've been enjoying it and I've been watching a lot of it on YouTube.
Mm. I've been playing. I like the game Phasmophobia.
I did not.
I know you didn't. That's a ghost hunting game. That they did a really great job with the sound design, I feel.
Yeah, that's why I don't like playing it. So while you're listening to whatever speakerphones you're listening through, I was listening through it through my gaming headset.
My gaming headsets are actually pretty good.
Well, I don't know the difference between yours and mine, but like it's scary.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's a ghost hunting game.
And you can feel it.
Yes.
And I don't like it.
The whole point. So you don't really get this sense if you're watching it on a Let's Players because they kind of push this thing down. But when you walk into a house, the sound, they did a great job of just making the sound. Like if claustrophobia had a sound, it would be that. It would be that. And they do like this great job of making it just feel like there's pressure on you. And there's a huge difference from when you're inside the house to when you're outside of it. A huge difference. And it's such a great job of what they did with it.
It's like a pressure difference.
Yes. Yes. And it's all done through the sound design. And it's just freaking amazing.
Don't like it.
So my headsets are pretty freaking good too. Don't act like you just don't whatever, Miss
I have
Pussycat.
$300 headsets, okay?
Whatever. It doesn't matter. My headsets are still pretty good.
These aren't the $300 ones, I don't think. Are they the $300 ones? I don't remember now. But they're really, really good, and it's just like...
So, but thanks to Phasmophobia, like the sound on my Surface is now jacked up. I don't know how to fix it anymore. But I've been enjoying that game.
$200.
So yes. Okay, so closing things. So that's our episode, our random. So sweet. This entire one's been about what we're trying to do, what we're working on for Belladonna. You know, why we haven't talked about it in a while, because things happened. That's things happened. Yes. One thing I didn't mention in our last thing is we finally got like our first reaction video. Like we finally got our first reaction thing. DJ, feel free to like put our video in there, like our TikTok video in there.
You were so excited. It's like, look, we got a thumbs down.
I had to do something. I saw that thumbs down and I was just like, and you know what? I did go and put a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I did. I went and liked it. And so now there's like the only thumbs up there is mine. So I saw the thumbs down. I was like, really? Really, person? screw you. But we got our first reaction, which I thought was funny. It's a thumbs down. Thumbs down on our body neutrality and how bullies messed with us. So video. So
Thank you for that.
well, you know what to do.
Like, subscribe, hit that little bell icon.
You want to get notifications, and tell us down in the comment section what games you're playing right now. Let us know what games you're playing, or what games you're interested in that are coming out soon in this next cycle. I know the PlayStation 5, new Xbox are coming out soon. Which one you're deciding to get, and why? Why are you deciding to get that one?
Have you put your pre-order in? Were you one of the ones that was able to put it in the first round?
No, I don't make enough.
No, but there was so Neil tried to, well, he says he tried to because he was like, I messed up. And I was like, what'd you do? He's like, the first round of pre-orders went out like a day early, and they were gone in like minutes.
For the Xbox?
For both the Xbox and the PlayStation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was just like, but yeah.
Yeah. I know that they both sold out real quick. So yes, tell us which one you're interested in and why. And we'll see you next time.
Bye. Also, hit me up if you want to play Among Us.